Hi there, we are Bookish Babes and Morley Graves, and today we're going to be talking about Eldrith Manor, written by Avina St. Graves and Leigh Rivers.
Yes. So the trigger warnings for Eldrith Manor will be cancer, suicide, drug overdose, driving under the influence, dismemberment, child abuse, gore, body mutilation, date rape, drug, death of a parent, death of a sibling, profanity, consensual non-consent, primal play, domestic violence, dubious consent, profanity, sex necrophilia, maybe you will be the judge of that, and murder of the main character by the other main character. She turns into a ghost.
The tropes for Eldrith Manor consist of paranormal romance, touch her and die, enemies to lovers, and forced proximity. So, in what format did you read Eldrith Manor? Was it physical, e-reader, or audiobook?
I actually did audiobook and the physical book first, because I already have my copy, and second, I wasn't pleased with the female narrator. For me, was not doing it for me. Like, it was too whiny for my liking. So I was going back and forth. I know it's probably double work, but it was my choice. And like I said, I already had the copy. So yeah.
I chose to do mine as an audiobook, and I wish that I would have done it the way that you did it. It might have been more work to have to like switch from, chapter to chapter, from audiobook to physical book, because I got our copies when I went to the signing. So I've had it for like a month before the audiobook came out. Um, but I'm an audiobook person. I love audiobooks, and like you said, the female narrator didn't do it for me. I did not enjoy her voice because, like you said, it sounded whiny. And I don't know if that's just the way that she reads, or if that's the way that they told her to read for the narrator. I mean, for the character. I just couldn't. She annoyed the fuck out of me. I'm sorry to say it, but she annoyed me. Like, I couldn't get behind it, and after a while, her character kind of just made me not want to read it anymore. Um, I do, however, like the male narrator. So what would you rate Eldritch Manor without any spoilers?
Okay, for me, it will be a 4.2. And I would say for Chili's, maybe two, 1.5. It wasn't that much, but the storyline was good. It's just that the ending, it could have been better. Of course, Leigh Rivers was in this book, and she's one of my favorite authors. And Avina St. Graves, I have read a couple books from her, and I'm like, okay, cool. This one is my first paranormal that I do, and even though I did enjoy it, there were a few parts, including the narration, that I was not pleased with it, and that's why I don't think it's a 5 star for me. And I'm sorry because I love Leigh Rivers, but I don't. I mean, we spoke about this before. Not because he's our favorite author doesn't mean that every single book is going to be a 5 star. So for me, it will be a 4.2.
But if I'm being honest, I'm gonna probably give it like a 3.7. And like you said, Leigh Rivers is one of our favorite authors, so we hold her at a special place in our hearts. But like, I feel like you said, the ending could have been better, and I feel like it's because they were reaching a deadline and they had to like get this out, that it felt kind of rushed, and it felt like they were just like done. You get me? And like, I feel like they could have had a better ending, as in like more details. Like, I don't know
Mhm.
why it didn't occur to me that Tony actually died. I was like, oh, you get me? Like, maybe I wasn't paying attention, but um, I also would give the chilies like maybe two. I didn't. There wasn't that much spice, and even the spice wasn't like spicy. It was like, mm,
Super low.
yeah, but that's
Super
fine
low.
because, like you said, the plot was good. The storyline was really great, and it definitely was my first paranormal romance that I've ever read. So I didn't know what to expect. I think that I was expecting a little bit more like what the fuck type of moments, but it wasn't that bad. Like, but besides Homeboy having a tail and horns, they were good.
Yeah,
So
cool. We're good on that.
from this moment on, we are going to be discussing Eldritch Manor with minor spoilers. If you do not want the plot, the storyline, or anything to be spoiled for you, please feel free to leave at this moment. We'd appreciate it if you can like, subscribe, comment, share, anything to help us basically engage with our content. So let's discuss Link and his brother's relationship. Does he find them in the end, or does he not? Because Link's relationship with his brother was cut short due to the fact that they killed him and sent him to hell, which is crazy because the blade itself is what sent him straight to hell. So
Okay, so no, because it has been hundred of years before
Entries.
he met the FMC. So of course, the timeline in hell is different than in the real world. So he didn't find it, which that part was really sad because that's all he wanted. He wanted to find his brother. Okay, so the scene is that he goes to the cemetery, find the stone, his stone, and was
His
there,
gravestone.
and a female
So he
comes
does he
with a
does find the
child.
gravestone.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think it was the FMC who helped him to find it. They go there, and then this woman came with a child. Um, if I'm not mistaken, the child has Lincoln's name because that is his real name. And the stone, it was the brother. So he didn't get closure to see his brother, and let's be honest, say that he was sorry that he never picked him up when they were supposed to be together the afternoon because of course he was killed. But he saw that he created a life. He was able to had a family, people who care about him. But that part was pretty sad. And he said he was just somebody. He didn't explain, oh, he was my brother, because it doesn't make no sense
Yeah.
to be like, okay, why you're alive and he has been dead for so many years. So, but he did put a, I think it was a great grandson, the last name. So they keep him around. That part was pretty sad, really. It was pretty sad. Same thing with the FMC. She didn't get to say bye to the sister or say that she was sorry about um, the way she treated her before the sister committed suicide. So that was pretty sad. But not all the stories are going to have a happy ending when it comes to
Wait.
side characters.
So I really need to redo the book because I guess I did not pay attention when Sybil talked. What's her name again? Sybil? No.
Sable, yeah.
Okay, it is Sybil. Okay.
Sable, yeah.
Sable. That's what it is. Sable. But I mean, her sister killed herself.
Yes.
Okay, so then that means that Lincoln's mom died of cancer.
Yes. Yeah, the mom, the Link's mom died from cancer. The
Okay.
thing what happened is um the FMC was paying her medical bills, but the sister was not taking her medicine as she should. And she had a little fight with the sister. The FMC had a fight with the sister. And out of nowhere, she just finished discussing or, fighting, verbal fighting with her and just walk away. And when she came in the next day to check on her, making sure that she was okay, and of course to say sorry. That's when she saw all of the pills that she was supposed to be taking that she didn't took. It was all gone. So
She overdosed. Okay.
yeah, she overdosed. Yeah.
Like I said, I got tired. I did not like the female narrator, so after a while, I kind of just couldn't really pay attention. I couldn't follow through, I guess. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to read you the book. I'm gonna have to read the actual book because I couldn't.
It was a very good story, but I wish they did got a better narrator. That's why I was doing the book when it was her chapter, and I
Yeah,
was going back. I know it's double work, but you can understand the story better. I
yeah.
did like it a lot for being my first paranormal book. It was good. It was okay for me.
You know, talking about Tony.
Yeah, I love Tony. He was so
It's
fucking funny.
funny. It's the funny thing is that from what I remember at the signing, Lee Rivers and Avina St. Graves did not like Tony.
Really?
Yeah, because somebody had asked him. A lot of people did. Well, the other person that did read the book before we even went to the signing, she even asked like, are you gonna do another story for Tony? They're like, no, Tony's dead. Like, yeah, fuck Tony.
Aw, I love
Yeah,
Tony.
yeah. I think because he's a fuck boy, so they kind of like, you
Well, yeah, I guess.
know,
But still, he was a funny character. I really enjoy
he was a funny
um
character.
yeah, and a side character trying to get Link's bad side. It's always funny to have a side character like that. So he was cool. He was so cool. I like him. So in the book, I haven't tried it, but in the book they do have a bonus scene. They have a QR code, but I haven't done that one. So one day maybe. So
Okay.
yeah,
Thank you for sticking around and discussing Eldrith Manor with us. Next week, we're going to be discussing King of Gluttony by Anna Huang. We'd appreciate it if you like, follow, subscribe, and if you would like to follow us on Instagram, the links will be in our description.
awesome.
Bye.
Bye.